All right, so we are going to be looking at Canva docs and just looking at how we can create documents on Canva and also some functionalities around Canva docs. So this is doc, as you can see. When you have documents to prepare or design, you get to find templates, right? I recommend using templates. It's going to make your work easier and it's going to make your work faster. So let's just look for a template. Where we click on this design, we would see a lot. So let us look for market analysis, and let's pick this one. So we are picking this one because it affords us a lot of text, and I'll be able to show you some things using this design, this template. All right, so first thing first, what you have here is called banner, right? So let's delete the banner and bring in our own banner. So let's go to element and search for project overview. So let's go to banners, as you can see, right? Let's click see all, and let's work with this one. And then we have this, but we can edit it. So let's click on edit. Let's give it some time to kind of load into the edit mode. All right, so we don't want this, and let's bring in something to replace that. So let's look for restaurant vector. Go to graphics and click on see all, and let's see this. I think we can flip this horizontally, yeah, and kind of just bring it somewhere here. Great. Then we can replace or change this font to something more simple, but something that works well. All right, I think so. This is good. We may want to make sure the brand color works with our brand color. So let's copy this. So we can make this. Let's use this color. And then let's make the text white. And then this one we can also make let's change the color of that. So let's leave it at white. So there's something else we can do to just give it a little bit of design. And let's bring in the shape. And let's change this color to a lighter shade of this. All right, so let's turn it to -180 degree. All right, so let's send this back. Send to back, and we can duplicate it. And kind of make it darker. All right, so let's send this back also. All right, so just something like this. And so we have our project overview. When we click save, it's going to take us back to our work. And then to make this replace the banner we just deleted, you're going to just click on this option and you see set as banner. Once we do that, it's going to just set it as the banner. And then bringing in charts, because charts are going to help you kind of present your idea or present your document in a more understandable format, right? So we can actually bring in charts. So let's bring in a chart that is going to talk about comparison of price or patronage for our products. So let's go to the element, remove price overview, and let's go to charts. So as you can see, we have charts here, and you have a lot of them that you can use to represent whatever you want to, whatever information that you want to convey, right? So let's use this. So as you can see, this is what it is, and this is where you get to edit it. So let's turn this to shawarma. So let's turn this to pizza. Now let's change this to tacos. Then let's change this to brew. Okay, so you have the ability to edit the colors, right? So you want to make sure that it's consistent with with our brand colors, right? So let's use our brand colors. We have red, and we have this color. Okay, so let's just pick our brand color with the picker tool. All right, so we have that, and we can choose to kind of edit whatever we want from it. But as you can see, our work is beginning to look cool. All right, so let's move forward. We can delete this. So there are things called highlight blocks. This helps us to convey information in a way that stands out on our document. So to bring in highlight blocks, you just go and you see highlight blocks here, right? And you can also bring in tables, you can bring in sheets, but for now let's bring in a highlight block. So let's look for let's open everything. So let's use this. So I just moved it up, so we're gonna have it. So let's make the title says customers review, and we can say maybe 5 stars. So you have, the option to, change the color of your highlight block. You can make it red, or whatever color that you want. But I think this gray fits this work, So the next thing we are going to do is, let's delete this column. Delete column. So let's delete these guys over here, and all right, so to make our work more readable and easier to scan, right, we want to bring in those information as column, so that they are more structured, and it looks better. So let's bring in the text, right? So the moment you come here, right, you're going to see plus sign. When you click the plus sign, it's going to give you options, and we are going to click on 2 columns. So this is the column. Let's copy our information and let's paste it here, and paste another one here. So we are going to increase the font size to, let's say, 14. Yes, 14 is okay. Same for this. All right, now as you can see, the text are kind of filling up the columns, and that's not what we want. We want to have space before the text and space after the text on the right side and the left side. So this is where we do that, so as you can see, it's kind of making it more readable. So it's at 24. We're going to do same thing for this one, so there's uniformity. And now we can add headings to this one. Let's say market analysis. So let's make it H2. So these are actually heading styles, right? So there's the H1. H1 is usually bigger than H2. So H2, let's increase the size, and let's copy this and have it here also. But now we're going to say product analysis. All right, so we've been able to achieve that. We can also change the colors of our columns, right? So let's change the colors of our columns. Let's make this color, and also make this mustard. So we can change the color of the text to white to make it readable. And you can leave this as black, depends, or I don't think white is going to work well with this. It's going to be difficult to see because this is a light color. So when you have a long document, right, there's what we call page breaks. This really helps to make it, well structured and readable, which is very important because documents are usually boring. So you want to make sure that your document is well structured, easy to scan. And so to insert a page break, let's click on this part, or I think having a page break after this or before this colon will be better. So let's delete this. So having a page break here will be better. So now we've clicked on the document as if we want to put a text, but then we can click on this plus sign and you're going to see page breaks. So this is page break, right? So when we click it, it's going to separate the page from that point. So we have this as page 1, and then we have page 2, and then we can have a big headline here. Let's write market analysis, and let's use H1. Yeah, so we can change the font if we want to something better. So we can change it to maybe that. And let's remove the, yeah. So we have that, and so that's something you can do. And another thing that you can do is when you have headlines like this, and the document is long, to be able to navigate through pages and skim through paragraphs or headlines across your page, because sometimes you may be dealing with pages of like 30 pages, 50 pages, right? And kind of scrolling is going to be like tedious. It's going to be a lot of work for you to do. So this is where you can open this panel, this outline panel here, and as you can see, we have everything wherever we go, right? If we were up here and we click on product analysis, it's going to take us to this point, right? So with this, you can navigate through your entire work. So another thing that can really help your work, right? Let's assume that we have this text here. Let's copy this. Let's copy this, bring it here, and have copy this, bring it here, and copy this. So we have another information underneath this column. So something else that can really help make your work more structured and readable is dividers, right? When you want to separate one set of information from the other. So like assuming this is a different information we want to communicate, right? We can bring in dividers. So you have divider here. So this is the divider, right? You can change the color. You can increase and decrease the size, right? So when you have it like this, let's remove this one. So you can also move it. Yeah. So dividers are going to help, kind of let the reader know that you're moving into something new, entirely different from what is before the divider. So we have like 2 pages right here, and with Google Docs you can save your work, by exporting, to different formats by clicking on downloads, and you have the PDF, and you have docs which can be opened with Microsoft Word, right? So we are not going to save it now. You can also share link if you are working as a team and you want other people to collaborate on your Canva design. You have other people who want to make inputs and edits on your Canva design. You can copy link and share, right? So you have that, and so this is the few things that you can do and achieve with Canva Docs. I'm not going to go into every single thing because I kind of expect that with a few things I've given you, you'd try out more features. I look forward to seeing what you do with this information I've given you for your brand, and bye. See you in the next class.